Ramayana and Mahabharata are referred to as India's history in ancient historical records. This means the tales of ancient times confirm the details mentioned in Mahabharata and Ramayana had happened. This being established, one's curiosity towards the creatures in the epics draws a ton of attention. Let's magnify it in this episode of Binoculars. Do subscribe for more videos. Throughout the Ramayana, the Vanaras surely play one of the important roles. They are described as being similar to humans in their intelligence and other characteristics, but simultaneously ape-like appearance with fur and tails. Ramayana never mentioned Vanaras as monkeys. Vanaras is a Sanskrit word, having two parts. Van means forest and Noro means human. So the literal meaning is the humans who lived in the forest. Vanaras were not monkeys, since monkeys are called Vankarpi or Karpi in Sanskrit. In addition, they were said to have strength and agility beyond that of a normal man, which is one of the reasons they were able to stand against the demonic armies of Lanka. Some of the Vanaras were said to be direct descendants of the gods. For example, the most famous and powerful of the Vanaras, Lord Hanuman, was the son of wind god Vayu and was known to display godlike powers himself. He shows up in another Indian epic, the Mahabharata, which occurs thousands of years later, implying that he is immortal. If they were human-like creatures, why can't we find a single evidence of them in our evolutionary history? Are we missing a whole new set of species? There's a possibility that there were some other species of hominid living on the Indian peninsula thousands of years ago, but another possibility is that these Vanaras were in fact the Neanderthal men. Archaeological and scientific evolutionary studies says Neanderthal was a species that inhabited Europe, Africa and Western Asia starting some 230,000 years ago. Neanderthal man had the same bones as Homo sapiens, which enabled them to speak and look like humans very closely. Explanations mentioned in Ramayana match with anthropological theory, modern-day descriptions of Neanderthals except for the features of the tail. Both Vanaras and Neanderthal had sloping forehands, hairy bodies, protruding jawbones, etc. The reason why modern-day anthropologists didn't find the tail is due to the tail of Vanaras being boneless and hence decomposed within a few years. If you come across the description of Vanaras' kingdom Kishkinda, then you will find that it resembles a network of connected underground mountain caves. This is what modern-day anthropologists say about Neanderthal men who lived in caves. Vanaras were physically different from humans, so definitely they were not monkeys, but were they Neanderthals? There's no exact proof except few resemblances and theoretical explanations. The problem with most anthropologists and historians is that since Vanaras don't exist today, scientists are trying to imagine Vanaras in terms of something or somebody they know or have seen and hence compare them with Homo erectus and the Neanderthal men. Maybe there were different species altogether. According to Ramayana, Vanaras existed all around the world. They were dominant in the Kishkinda kingdom near Hampi in Karnataka. The head of Vanaras, King Sugriva, summoned Vanaras from all over the world to join the Lord Rama army in South India. When Rama decided to attack Lanka, Vanaras came from regions like the Himalayas, Vindhya, MP, Thailand, Myanmar, Malaysia, Indonesia. Valmiki also explicitly stated that Vanaras also came from far-off places where the sun always shines or always set, that is polar regions. Since no evidence of Vanaras is found anywhere in the world, Valmiki clearly stated that Vanaras had traits of monkeys, so that readers can imagine its appearance. He referred to members of the Vanaras army as Kapikondura, which in Sanskrit means elephant-sized monkeys. He also used terms like Nityamasthirikita, which means one whose mind changes frequently, and Kapitamanavastitham, which means one who cannot stay in one place for a moment. Both these qualities show the traits of a monkey. Ramayana also talks about bear-like man. In Ramayana, there is a mention of a bear-like man named Jambavantha, one which is similar to Yeti in other parts of the world. Yetis are also known as snowmen, said to be found in icy regions of the world. There are many stories based on such characters, but no fossils have been found to prove their presence. In Sanskrit, bear is called Baluka, and hence Jambavant was definitely not a bear but resembled very closely to bears, just like Vanaras resemble monkeys. In Mahabharata, when Lord Krishna meets Jambavant, who is from the Ramayana period, Lord Krishna says that it is one of the last surviving creatures of its kind. Lord Krishna also says that since his species have vanished, he is not welcomed in society anymore. Jambavanta was blessed with a long life by Lord Rama. Perhaps we encountered another hominid species thousands of years ago and preserved our experience with oral retellings which tend to get less and less accurate over time. These might be possible explanations or maybe not. But even today Ramayana and Mahabharata still stand strong as the greatest guide for mankind.